Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Sips, Riffs, and Flix. I'm your co-host, Kevin,
And I'm Brandon.
and today we are coming to you with the not so new at this point, but new to the lineup, Biolyte in the flavor of punch.
And so, for those of our longtime listeners and watchers, you guys know that we have been on the Biolyte train from the very beginning.
Very beginning.
We have tried all the flavors, which is tropical, citrus, berry, and now punch. And actually, you can.
And you forgot melon.
Melon,
You
which
forgot
is
melon.
which, by the way, was my favorite.
You did love melon. Yep.
And so, if you go back, you can see way back in the archives, we actually had the wonderful opportunity of interviewing the CEO of the company,
Yes.
Jesslyn, and learning the real backstory of how her dad and family come to create Biolyte and why. So,
Right.
we should post a link to that video down
We should.
below.
Yep.
You'll see it. It's going to be down here.
We'll put it right here.
Right. You'll see the our editors will do that.
So, and truthfully, we loved Biolyte as a product itself. Like
Yes.
we used it pretty regularly
Well, it's a product that we still continue to use regularly.
every day. Not every day.
Not
but
every
we
day.
used it a lot. But when we met Jesslyn, got the whole backstory with the family, why it was created. To me, it just gave a whole new meaning to it and something that I wanted to support. So we have done our best to push this Biolyte brand, and I will say that Banner Drug here in
Yep.
Statesville runs through cases and cases of it because
And it's
we,
our
we
fault.
have everybody drinking it.
Yeah, there's a lot now, and you can actually and good for them and Jesslyn the company because now you can see Biolytes in gas stations around North Carolina, plus Publix, I believe, and maybe even Ingles.
Publix and Ingles both. have
Yeah,
it, yes.
so good for them. You know, it's we love supporting local, of course. I mean, they're not local; they're out of Georgia, but it's a
Yep.
family-owned, operated company that's just continuing to grow. So good for you guys.
Yes. So we did. They did send us the punch when it first came out. We've had a lot of traveling, a lot of work going, so we're about 2-3 months behind the punch train. So I'm sure a lot of people have already tasted it. But
Trust me, brother.
Brandon-
Go ahead.
Go ahead. But Brandon has actually held off, and you've not had this, right?
I've never tasted it
So
because
I-
I want it for this moment.
I wanted to save it for this moment too. Unfortunately, had a late evening
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago, and I had one of these in my fridge, and I had to break it open.
Now I will say too, because of all the stuff that's in here in the drink, because of those late evenings, this is not full of sugar like you would think. Okay,
Right.
it's got a lot of different electrolytes in it. And watch the show because Jesslyn will really go into the ingredients and stuff. But dextrose, it's even got what is that? Oh gosh, it helps with your liver for the hangover. Oh crap!
You're the nurse, not me.
Well, I've drank since then. Ginger root will definitely help, and the
you're
milk
the brains
thistle.
of this.
Yeah, so it's
operation.
milk thistle.
I'm
So
the
all those
beauty.
things together, and I will tell you that I have tried some other hydration stuff before. I won't give the name of it, but it comes in a packet and you pour it in a bottle, and it does a pretty good job, but it does not do anything like this.
No. So if you're not familiar with Biolyte, real quick, I don't want to assume that everybody knows Biolyte. We of course do. This is basically it is called the IV in a bottle. It's an electrolyte supplement. You can find these at Publix, Ingles, gas stations. We just heard that there's a small store at Holden Beach now. I've seen it at Oak Island. So they've definitely moved this area. They're spreading like crazy.
Yep.
But if you don't know what we're talking about, it is formulated by her father, which is a doctor. It is for dehydration, cramps, fatigue, upset stomach, and overindulgence.
Which happens to be the category that we fall the most into
we
at this
fall
moment.
into the overindulgence category.
Yes, and I don't necessarily think this is the category they wanted to fall into.
Probably not.
But this is the category that we happen to promote the most.
And I will say this, and this is what I tell everybody. if you're out having a good time
Yep.
and you overindulge, you get in the cups a little bit, conversations are flowing, having a good time, drinking, just you overindulge a little. You need to chug a Biolyte before you go to bed. Then when you wake up, you need to drink another Biolyte, and it will be like nothing ever happened.
Correct. So, being a nurse, there are times where we may have overindulged back in the good old days when we were less responsible. And they call this IV in a bottle. So, I've had the opportunity to be hydrated by an actual IV
Right.
after an evening of overindulging.
Uh-huh,
And you want to talk about making you into a new human, it will.
Yep.
And this is the absolute next best thing.
Yep.
So I'm excited about trying the punch.
All right. So, like I said, I have had it. Brandon is not. So I'm going to let him sip it and see what.
I got to get open first.
And we'll see what his take is on it. Do you need some help?
Maybe. Thing's tighter than Dickie's hat, man, on here. Here we go. Cheers, everybody. Oh, man. Gosh, I'm mosey.
What do you think?
Mm.
So while you're taking your sips of it, because like I said, I already know, this is by far my favorite flavor. It's almost like, I'm not saying that any of the flavors are undrinkable,
Mm-hmm.
but I do have a certain list, and there's tropical is my least favorite. Will I drink tropical? Yes, indeed, but it is my least favorite.
Agreed.
And I can go through the flavors and tell you, I'll drink this one next, this one next. I can go through them. This one, it's almost like, to me, they have perfected their product throughout the flavors.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like each new flavor that comes out is better and better. This one is like, to me, leagues above any of the flavors.
So, hear what you're saying. I like punch. Punch is good. And I'll tell you why I like punch.
Okay.
Because it reminds me of melon, not the flavor palette,
Right.
but it's not overbearing in the punch, and melon is not overpowering. Also, the original flavors that they came out with in the beginning were a little more salty.
They're saltier, yes.
Whatever they've done with melon and punch, it doesn't have
Super easy to drink.
I mean, we're almost done.
Yep. So I don't like Hawaiian punch flavors.
I
I'm
love
not a
Hawaiian
guy,
punch.
which is interesting that I do like this one so much, because I'm not a punch guy. I don't like Hawaiian punch. I don't like any of that stuff. But what you were saying is what I was getting into. The first one was citrus.
Yes.
And I still really like citrus.
Yep.
But it's salty.
It is salty.
And then as you go through the lineup, you get to melon, which
Yep.
was before this one. And it was like you're saying, less
Smooth.
salty, smooth, easy to drink. This one to me is even easier to drink. Like it just goes right down your gullet.
So, you said gullet. So, punch is delicious. I'm going to put melon and punch at my 1As. Like, to me, they're neck and neck. I know that you like this one better, but for me, they're a dead even tie.
No, I can get that. I get down with that.
The crazy thing is I can drink this faster than water.
Oh, yeah, I can drink these all day. All day, every day.
They're delicious. But also, obviously, we fall in that overindulgent category. But I've had a ton of people reach out to me like they're sick with the flu or a nasty, especially like nasty stomach,
Oh, yeah.
bug, vomiting, diarrheas everywhere. Yeah, your butt's dry heaving. But I tell everyone to go to the local pharmacy, especially up here at Banner, and get a case of Biolyte, and it will bring you back.
It will.
And even it says right here, 6.5 more electrolytes than the leading sports drink, electrolyte powders, children's hydration drinks. And so, yeah, you can't go wrong. I promise you. You
Nope.
will not be disappointed.
You should always, I keep a flat of these, 12 of them, keep them in my garage. There's always some in the fridge. And just like Brandon said, my family, anybody they're sick, whatever the case may be, everybody's drinking Biolyte. So
Yep.
anyway, punch is I would walk across the street. I'd run and dive across the ditch that's overflowing with water right now because it's pouring rain to get my hands on Biolyte. Brandon?
Delicious. I would absolutely walk across the street for it. I'd recommend everybody else going across there too.
All right, guys, for more information, go to www.drinkbiolyte.com. I'll post it on the page here. And support them. Family owned. And, to be honest with you, not only is it an American-made product, family owned, but it's just a really good product. So we stand behind it 1,000%.
Yep. And like you said, produced in America.
That's right. Thank y'all. Let us know what your flavor of Biolyte is. And
Yes.
Thank y'all for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe. See you later.
And don't overindulge.
That's right.
Thanks.